I don't care, you guys. Oh, I just feel like I'm always running. But I had a lot of stuff to do. I'll have things to ship that I didn't get to do yesterday. And anyway, I just wanted to say thank you guys. It went well. The preacher was it was a very nice service, actually. It was a very nice service. The preacher was the preacher of her church, so he knew her well. And there were a lot of people there. And she touched a lot of people's lives. And a lot of people I didn't know were just bawling over her, you know? And so, you know. My husband did show up at the grave. The actual burial part, but not the service. I didn't think that he didn't want to go because it was in the church building and he doesn't want to learn about Christ. So, but he did. Yeah, everything's fine now. I just was overwhelmed with my children because they were just like so disrespectful, and it was a hard time. And it was that time of the month, and it was just like crazy, but I feel better now. I feel a lot better now. I know my grandmother's in them. Yeah. He did show, and he did it, you know. I was like, did you show up for me? And he's like, no, I showed up for her. I was like, he's like, do you want me to be honest or not? And I'm like, okay, then. Because my grandmother loved him, and he loved her. I mean, he loved her, so he still loves her. I'm going to have a pretty good day. I have to do a lot of things, but I'm going to have a good day. Thank you. Well, I'm off to turn my papers in for my TB skin test. I have to get it every year as long as, because I have I finally got into a program which is called Community Waiver for Autumn, where basically they give you a budget for your daughter's medical needs or whatever. So instead of paying like a home health nurse to come in and give her baths and stuff, I do it anyway. So now they pay me, which I could have been doing this for 20 years and I had no idea. So, but because of that, I have to get tested because I'm basically a home health giver or whatever. Yeah. So I just got that started like maybe a year ago, and it's been such a huge blessing. And it's just enough hours where it doesn't affect anything else. So, hi Wendy, how are you? I saw your Facebook message. I just saw the notice on it. But I just haven't gotten logged in. Sorry, I saw it, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was wondering where you had been, but I thought, do you have a YouTube channel and you go dumpster diving too, Wendy? And you're married to an Indian? East Indian, and you make YouTube videos too, right? Or you did? I thought you were mad at me because, I thought it was the same. I thought you were in Tampa, Florida for some reason. Why? Okay. Whoa! That was scary. Yeah. I thought you were actually mad at me because of Trump. Oh, okay. You were like, yeah, okay. Okay, gotcha. I know who you are now. I was like, I haven't seen her around. But I don't know. I didn't think your name was Randy. Or Wendy. Sorry. I get so confused. Yeah. But you don't like Trump. Because of the immigration thing, I think, right? Or something. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, Mr. California, are you still here? How's your relationship going? I guess I got it mixed up. Yeah, you don't like him. Yeah. I remember. A lot of people don't. Yeah, I'm sure he will. He cuts everything. I hope not too much. Because I'll probably that whole program will probably get cut. I think he'll probably be assassinated. That's just my opinion. He's trying to get rid of the central bank, so a lot of people don't get into that, but I like watch all that stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. You had a video about going to India and how different it was. I remember watching that. I know. I am too, girl. So do you have difficulty? I mean, it seems like you guys would have well-behaved children, just with your personality that I saw in the video. I feel like you're stern, and you wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have it any other way. That's what I like for the little. Not saying that. I don't think you would let your kids run over you like I do. You know, because I feel guilty because the situation with the dad, and being divorced, and I don't know, being lazy on my part as well. But it's hard work, man. That's all I know. And their dad, he's just so. Yeah. I get the impression that East Indians don't play. You know, like I never see, like. Well, no, I would take that back because I've seen, like, some Indian couples just let their kids go crazy in the airports. Well, that's good. Yeah, my husband, like, he can get them to settle down, you know what I mean? Like, he only steps in, like, when he sees that I'm really frustrated. Yeah, spoils them rotten. They've been spoiled. They have been spoiled so badly, you know, like from both of us. And it's really sad that we both did it, you know. And she's just what God? Well, like the 13-year-old is not as bad as the 17-year-old. She just thinks she is just queen bee, honey. Ugh. And she just like would not stop. Like, I've never like really lost my cool with them before, but this time I did, and like I was like, I'm not playing, you know. Yeah, see, what happened was, majority of the time, my kids were with him, those two, because when we divorced, I started, like, doing, like, crazy stuff and, like, let random dudes come over and blah, blah, blah. So, my house ended up getting broken into, and I was, like, and the door was, like, totally effed up. I didn't have money to fix it. So, and I didn't think, just nail it shut, girl. You know what I mean? So, I told him to, like, take them for a while. So, I just didn't feel safe, you know, with them there. And I said, just take them until I figure out the door, blah, blah, blah. Well, after that, he was like, no, I'm going to keep them. And he raised them. I was like, well, if you want to raise them, you know what I mean? And he's a good guy, you know, but at the time he was, you know, and he had remarried and she was pregnant. So, like, autumn was a lot for me, and I was just like, so I got them every weekend and all summer, and we just were like, you know, co-parenting. But majority of the time, they were just by themselves, really, because his wife, didn't really do anything with them. She was like extremely jealous, and because you know, they were his firstborn, and they were girls. You know, I don't know. It's just a weird situation. I can't even explain it, but just because I wasn't strong enough, like, and I think that's why, because I was just like, you know, I was just tired. I don't know. Plus, I was sick around that time. When was that? I was 2 years into being really sick. And, you know, having the heart issue and having the heart surgery. And I was just overwhelmed. So, if he wanted to do it, I was like, fine. You know, so we have joint custody, but he's really effed up his life right now. And then there's another situation going on because he wants to take them to Oman and finish high school there. And because he has sold his business, I was like, okay. You know, he got on, like, prescription drugs really bad, and he, like, it was just like another person. And I was like, so I called his brother, and I was like, look, if you all don't do something or do some kind of intervention. And his brother's a multi-millionaire, you know, and I'm like, this dude is going to die, you know. And so I had took them while his brother took them overseas, and he was gone about 3 months, and then I had them then, and they were just like, we don't want to stay here because I don't have internet in my house, I live in the country, and they hated the school, just spoiled brats, you know. I tried to do everything I could, you know, just like to make them comfortable, you know, take them ripping and running, but they wanted to go ripping and running every night, and I'm like, I can't do that, you know. And they would like scream, "Is there food?" Like I was like, you know, like there's stuff here that you can fix, you know, just really rude. I've never in my life, like, I was like, oh my gosh, these kids are bad. And just really lippy. And so now they were like, oh, we're gonna go to Oman with Dad. I was like, okay, you know. And after I'm fighting for them so hard, you know, and so I'm like, yeah, I was like, you know what's gonna happen, you know, I'm not gonna be able to go over to that country. And if you have something, your dad's going to be like forcing you to marry your cousin. You're going to have to hijab up and blah, blah, blah. I mean, they've gone over there like, you know, all their lives. Summers, like different summers, you know, they would go over there. And all of his family are very wealthy, and I think they'll be fine. I just know my kids, they're going to be like, oh, we hate it here, and then I can't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do anything. I can't fly over there and get them, but they're old enough to make that decision. I don't know. It's up to them. You know, like, you're more than welcome to be with me. You're more than welcome, but this is how we live. You know, we are not wealthy. I'm not ripping and running. I am not, you know, being your slave and demanding I cook and blah, blah, blah. And their dad got wind that the oldest was working, and that was a big thing. I was like, you act like she's on drugs. I don't want my kid to work. I'm like, oh my gosh, and gave her such a, you know, and he was like, if she needs money, you call me, and I'll give her money. And he, like, gave her $200. I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, it's just like, I don't know, I'm just like, it's just overwhelming. It's too much, you know. I'm not going to fight anymore. Yeah, they need to learn if they're going to be here. And they're just like, and she was like, right after she got the job, she was like, Mommy, can I quit? I was like, no, you cannot quit. You begged me for this job, you know, like, you know, and I was ready to go and get it, you know, and I was like, and he just wants them to be like that. And I guess, I mean, they like to go there because it's because their family are wealthy. They're wealthy. Like, they have maids. They have cooks. They have drivers. You know, like, you know, and I'm like, who wouldn't want to live that way? So I don't know. You know, I don't know. It's up to them. I've never been. He was like, well, I'm going to leave early, and you can come, and you can bring them to Elmon. And then he's like, you can come. He said, I'm going to send them every summer to you or whatever. And then he's like, well, if you don't want to come, I'll send them to you, or you can come. You know, he's not, the situation with the pills was really weird, and he almost lost everything, but he ended up selling his business and got like a $300,000 or $400,000 house out of it. I don't know. And so now he has a house that's worth $300,000 or $400,000, and they got money. I don't know, you know, and he was real weird. I was just like, this is weird. So, and he had these people that he was hanging out with, and I was like, who are these people? You know, like when he was in his weird, because he would talk different, he could foam at the mouth. I was like, who are these people that you're with? And there were like young kids that were like in their 20s, and I was like, why are you hanging out with them? And then I was like, do they give you something? Like, do they come? I was like, because you don't act like the same person. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, they give me food to eat. And I was like, dude, they are drugging you. Like, they are drugging you. And he was like, what? I said, yes, they are. Because they were like really druggy kind of. I mean, I was like, and he was like, they're my friends. I was like, no, dude, they're not your friends. So I had to go back and get the kids because all this was going on, and they didn't want to stay with me because of the internet. I was like, you all are rude. You know what I mean? They just, all they care about is the stupid internet. And I was like, and then we went there, and those people were there, and I was like, and he was like, and he got so desperate, he didn't have any money, none. And he was giving me all this stuff to try to sell, you know, like all these gold coins and all this. And I was like, it was just crazy. It was like a Twilight movie. And I was like, and to see somebody go like that, I was like, I was like, do they give you something every day? Do they come? And they's like, yeah. He was like, yeah, they bring me a plate to eat every day. And I was like, I was like, well, when they're around, you're different, dude. You know what I mean? So he was like, he's like, started crying, and he was like thinking. And this guy that they were with were the son of the people that were going to buy his shop. And I was like, you're not putting all this together, dude. And he was like, why would they hurt me? I was like, because their dad's trying to buy their shop. You know, like, because trying to, you know, and it got big, and his family, like, knows the Sultanate of Oman, you know, and they called the embassy, and the embassy had the cops come. It was just like this big thing. It was just like crazy. And I was like, and ever since I was like, don't take their food. And then his house got broken in. They stole my kid's shoes. They stole all kinds of his stuff. And I was like, they were drugging him. I was like, they were drugging him. And so ever since that he figured that out, he's fine. And I'm like, it is crazy. It was just insane. It got the police involved or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I know, it's weird, right? Why wouldn't they want their kids to work? I don't get it. I think it's like, I had a job when I was like 13. But anyway, so he's fine now, and he's a lot different. And it's like night and day. So, but he cries about the situation because he knew, he almost like, you know, it was, I was like, they were trying to kill him. Like, for real. Like, I was like, they're trying to kill you, or they trying to keep you high so they can get high with you. You know what I mean? Like, there's something. You know, these kids, I don't know. One looked Arabic. He told me it was like that guy's son, but I think that was just a fib. He was just embarrassed that he had let himself do that. And there's like this synthetic, like, Oxycontin crap. It's called fentanyl or some shit. And it's like 100 times more. I don't know. I've just never been like, it was just, I don't know. He's different now though. I mean, he's like fine now. But although my kids have been calling and he's not answered the damn phone. So I don't know where he is. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, I don't have time for this crap. You know what I mean? Like, I just want a normal life. Normalness. Let me have my coffee. But yeah. And then my husband were like, you don't think about your granny at all? And I was like, yes, I think about her all the time. I said, but I know she's in heaven, like 100%, you know? There's, you know, totally, you know. And I was like, yeah, I think about her all the time, you know? And she was like, I guess because in their country, people really, really mourn. Like, I mean, I don't know. I lost my mother when I was, you know, 9 years old. So death is something I learned early on, you know, like, hurts. But I don't know. And then we got into a discussion about me being cremated. He was like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, you are going to, because that's what I want. He's like, no, I'm not. If I, you know, I was like, what was the things you think you would die before me? And it was like, it's a boring conversation. I was like, I don't know, but I'm telling you what I want to do. You know? It's like, I'm not doing it. And then he said he would take my body to the sea and just throw it. I was like, what? I was like, are you nuts? You can't do that. This is so the fish can eat me? He was dead serious. I was like, thanks. Oh, God. I don't know. I think he's like, and now I'm dealing with, Uber is not like, all the college kids, this is a college town, all the college kids are on spring break, so he's not getting much rides. And like, I sold something yesterday, well, I had bought it like for $4, and I ended up selling it for $78. And he was like, he made the comment, well, so I'm feeling like he's kind of jealous of it. And I'm like, why? You know, like, he's like, I've been working for 3 hours, I've only made $18, and you sell this one thing for $78. I was like, be happy for us, you know, I'm working for us, you know, it's in your name, it's all going on your credit card, I don't even look at it, you know, like, what the heck, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a car, I'm hustling, you know, like, I want a car, I'm sick of this freaking hoopty. I don't know. But I've been feeling like really sick lately. I mean, just like really exhausted. So I've started taking like multivitamins. Does anybody take like Centrum? What's a good multivitamin? I know like a lot of like the truth seekers, I'm all about it, you know what I mean? But they say like this is just not really good, that you need to like. And what about iodine, you guys? I'm like, I listen to this thing called Power Hour at night after I go dumpster diving. And there's talk about iodine. Like, iodine is, like, really good for you. I don't know. But this has iodine in it. Okay, I want to show you how my mind thinks, you guys. It's so weird, right? This is weird. So, went dumpster diving last night. I go dumpster diving at this... Okay, I'll check that out. What now? Oh. Michelle, would you say, or take business? I don't know. I missed the, I don't know. You're really actually asking me what to say. Walmart has it. Okay. Anyway. Where was I going for this? Oh, okay. So I dumpster dive, right? At this one place, I get a lot of stuff. Like, I got all these G.I. Joe things out of there the other day. And I ended up listing them. They're already up to $52. And they're, like, from the 80s. There's, like, 5 different bidders. You know, so literally this trash can is trash to treasure. You know, literally. You know, like... It's somebody else's trash, but it turns out to be my dollars, you know? Anyway, so I pulled up to that trash can. There was a box. There was full of box, like, outside of the trash can. I don't know if somebody had been there and was going to get it or not. I don't know, but maybe the people that I don't know. It seems like somebody would, but anyway, so I grabbed all this bag. I just got it. I just grabbed all of it because I didn't feel like just going through it all. And I feel like, and I started going through it in this car right here. And why did I pull out I feel like everything is just weird. Like all these connections, like, okay, I'll show you. Like, the first book, where was the book? Where's the book? I can't see it. Okay, the first book is law. This law, like, for the law school, whatever the hell this is. Okay. And then I was watching, like, I watched this guy named George Webb, okay? He does these investigations about corruption in government, okay? And so he makes all these connections to things, right? Anyway, so I feel like I'm George Webb right now. And so this person that gave this away was studying law, okay? So, and she pledged Greek, evidently. So this is Alpha Theta Pi. Okay, So she has like Alpha Daily Pies, all this Alpha Daily Pie stuff in this trash, right? And if you follow any of this stuff, like, this is how they infiltrate like Luciferianism into colleges and sororities and Scully Bones, all that stuff. Okay, so she's a law student that's in degree. Okay, like, check this out. And then her other books are these: The Devil's Dictionary, and then The Portable Atheist. Don't you find that weird? Like, this, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if you can see all, I don't know if you guys could just see all, and then I'm thinking, well, the devil follows me all the time, but I would just pull this out, and then there's devil books. Like, you know, like, it's weird, right? Like, it's just weird. That's how my mind works. I like craziness, you know? I know maybe it's a sickness, but isn't that weird? So you kind of get a picture of her life. Oh, yeah? Well, keep trying. I don't know. I do have very good luck. Okay, very good luck. Very, very good luck. And I love that trash can. And it's all coming from that trash can. And there was a girl that came the other night, and she was like, she said that she, you know, dumpster dives all the time and blah, blah, blah. This is the first time I've seen her, you know. And so I was like, yeah. She was like, do they come out and tell you to get away? I said, yeah, sometimes. I was like, but if they're gone, it'd be wait. And she was like, why do they throw all this away? Have this big conversation with me. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I guess because they can't sell it, and it's, you know, it's like any other business that they have to have the rotation, you know. And but there's these couple that works there, that comes there like a lot, but they just tear it all up. They throw it all out, and I feel sorry for like the workers. They have to come and clean that up. So I try to just like put it back in there, you know, because I don't want them to lock it up. They've already locked up 2 of them. And I don't know. Is that a weird? Or am I just like putting things into my own head? You would have to understand what I'm saying. Yeah, definitely. Oh, you're not selling anymore? Yeah, it's hard. But I think I have a knack for that, because my grandfather, that's what he did. Like, he was a reseller. Like, he would go to, like, he didn't have like a traditional job. He would just find people that sold like things, and then he'd go to flea markets and set up. I remember going to flea markets with my my grandfather, and he'd sell his like old stuff that he found. So I feel like I just have that inheritance from him, like, because like a lot of people can't do it. Like, I bet, like, okay, so all those people that are in the trash, I know there's other people, those couples, I think they might sell, but what they get, they leave all the good stuff behind. So I don't care, you know, like, I know what they take stupid stuff. To me, it's stupid, you know, and I'm like, you're leaving the good things behind, you know, like the old toys. And a lot of people overlook toys. Toys will sell so good on eBay. People overlook toys. But the thing about it is like, if I'm getting all these toys free, I make them into a bigger, like, lot of a bunch of them. So I just, like, if I get, like, $5 out of a thing, I wait until I get, like, 50. And then I'll list it at 25. 3 or 4 bidders get up, it goes higher. You know what I mean? So that's usually how it works. For me, anyways. It's just been really lucky. But yeah, I think I'm going to try to sell these. Well, that's not even worth it. Born in Ohio, 1842, journalist, short story writer, and critic Amber Rose Bryce developed into the country's most celebrated and critical wits. A merciless American chef whose library... What? I don't read very well. They all get jumbled. Godless universe. Wow. This always surprises me. But anyway, does anybody find those connections weird? Or am I just the one? This is the weird one that makes all these connections and how these people can be infiltrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you watch George Webb, you will be so crazy. You'll be like, what? Oh my gosh, they're doing that. You know, like, it's like insanity, the stuff that he reports. And it's almost unbelievable. It's like so bad. Like, I don't know. George Webb. It would be confusing for anybody that's not in the truth movement. If you go watch his videos, it'll be like, he's got 42,000 subscribers, but it's very hard to understand him, because if you don't know what he's talking about, you just don't know what he's talking about. You know, like, it's just like a bunch of mumble jumble. No, I just go to this one particular, it's a thrift store, and they just throw out all your stuff. It's all in one place. I've never really went to, like, trash picking, like, on dumpster, or, like, on, days like that. I've never have, although I want to. Because if anybody watches Mom the eBayer, that's what she does. But she's in Chicago, and she does that, and she finds a lot of good stuff. But I think, like, she's started leaving her card, like, on top of the thing. And so now they just leave it on top for her. So. And, like, honestly, people want to give stuff away. They don't want to, like, put it, you know, like, they're going to throw it away. They feel like, you know, they'd rather give it to someone than throw it in the landfill. So, I'm not really embarrassed by it, but I just never have tried it. I did one time, and my kids were like, oh my God, mortified. He was like, no, mother, don't do that. We were in this really nice neighborhood, and they were throughout this, like, really cute thing. It was cute. It was like a table, but it was made out of, like tin, and it was painted different colors, and it looked like a little barrel. It was so cute. So I grabbed it, but they were mortified. They were like, oh my God, mother. Our car is bad enough. Yeah, she does get good stuff. I like her. I wonder how she hides, like, her subscriber count. Yeah, I know. We were in a rich neighborhood that day. She was, it was a project that she had to have, a French project, that she was in it, like this. They had to, like, film cooking in French, cooking a French they had the French pastries, and she had went to one of her friends' house, and they were pretty well off. And so, well, I don't know. You don't know, really, to be honest. I mean, on the outside, everybody could have, like, really nice things and be, like, on the verge of bankruptcy. You never know, so. Yeah. Yeah, they hate it. They hate it. They're mortified. I think it's a good thing, like, to save it from the landfill and save money, and if it's still worth using, why not, you know? Even if you ask the people, they're like, sure, take it, sure, you know, like, you know, and they're not embarrassed, you know, they're happy on it, like, that, feel like they would be happy that you're taking it, you know? My neighbor gave away, was throwing away, like, this, she had gotten a new, I don't know, what is that called? Grill and, like, patio set, and if they were, like, new, I was like, I'm taking this, and she was like, yeah, sure, take it. So, I always look for, like, after Christmas, a lot of people get rid of their Christmas decorations. And Christmas decorations do well, especially if they're, like, super old. Like, I don't know. eBay is a lot of research. Like, there's a way that you can go back to completed listings of anything that you possibly sell. Like, say, hey, you find this old computer on the side of the road, right? And I have found plenty. I found a Sandy computer, which is from Radio Shack, and it played floppy disk. And I ended up looking that up, and it was like, I sold that thing for like $50. And then there was this floppy disk game that I ended up selling it for. It was like $100 and something, but all of those went to Europe. I think it went to Sweden. I think the machine actually went to Sweden, and then the game went, like, Germany or somewhere. Oh gosh. I always have this stuff up here. Falls down every day. I need a better system. So now, anytime I see some floppy disk games, buddy, I'm on it. But you wouldn't think, oh, that's worthless. Yeah, but no. You know what I mean? So people are, like, getting rid of it. It's worth a lot of money. That's the reason. That's how you gotta research it. So I just grab anything. Like, I start just grabbing anything now, you know? It's free. Why not? If I can sell it, why not? But a lot of stuff comes, and that's where the messy house comes into. You know, like, I got all the stuff, but I'm getting a system down where I'm listing it if it doesn't sell. But see, a lot of people do the, like, they get like the, flea market booth thing, right? At a flea market where, you know, you pay $120 and all the leftovers go in there. So that's another side hustle I'm thinking about doing. But I don't know. I don't know if I have all the energy to do it. Like, I'm barely surviving now. But I don't know. Oh, goodness. So, see how I'm just in a lot of circles. Like, weird. You know, like, I talk about weird things and go off in these tangents. I don't know. I was like, people can keep up with it. Because I don't even remember the conversation that I was having like 2 seconds ago. Like, I know I was talking about my